In this sponsored tutorial, we're going to check out JivoChat, which allows you to create a unified inbox that you can pretty much run your entire business out of. You can integrate your email and have a ticketing system. You can have live chat on an unlimited number of websites. You can connect your social networks. You can communicate with team members through live chat. You can set reminders for when you want to reply to customers who've contacted you from any one of those streams that they can contact you from. You can have phone support and callback features. And there's mobile apps as well that don't have a slimmed down version of JivoChat. The apps are fully functional and have all the features I just listed. And the best part is everything I just mentioned is free forever for up to 30 agents in the basic plan. There's a pro plan as well that gives even more features, but what I just listed is free in the basic plan. So I encourage you to check it out. It's definitely awesome. You don't want to miss out on something this powerful at this price point. If you have any questions throughout this video, please make sure you leave them in the comments down below. My name is Bjorn Allpass from WP Learning Lab, where we help you get better at WordPress so you can earn more for yourself, for your clients, and for your business. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. And we're getting started on this video right now. This is the JivoChat website. This is the app we're going to use today. And this is where we go to create our free trial account that we're going to use today and that you can use to try out JivoChat. When you do sign up, you can integrate various services to get all the messages in one centralized location to make your customer support and customer communication and audience communication easier. For example, you can connect live chat for an unlimited number of websites, even in the free account. I'm going to show you the pricing in just a minute. You can connect your email, so all your emails come into the JivoChat app. Telephone, Facebook Messenger, Telegram, Viber. If you use any of those or all of those, you can have those all centralized into one location, making your communication life a whole lot easier. There's some screenshots on the app down below. There's desktop apps, there's mobile apps, there's a web-based app. Enough options to suit anybody. And we're going to go through a whole lot of the features and functionality in this video. On the pricing page, we have a very important free tier, free forever, for up to 30 agents. That is a huge number of agents for free. Unlimited chats, unlimited websites. Kind of a no-brainer just to get something online on your website. Like you see on the right here, this is a proactive message. It just popped up automatically. That's a pro feature. So that wouldn't be on your site with the free account, but having the chat capability for free for up to 30 people is pretty huge. And if you do upgrade to the pro account, it is quite inexpensive. The lowest price point you can get is $30 per month, and that's for 30 agents. So $1 per agent per month. You can also estimate how much it will cost to have more agents. You can increase the numbers here. You can buy for multiple years, brings the price down. And finally, if you want to compare the free to the pro, here's a comparison chart to help you with that. When you're ready, click on sign up for free. You start off with a free trial, 14-day free trial of the pro, which will be downgraded to the free if you don't end up paying for the pro after that 14 days. So to sign up, we just go through this simple form. I'm just going to use my demo emails because I already created an account with my main emails. We can add a password that they can generate for us. You can type in your own. I'm going to use my own password generator. Paste that in there. Click on next. Enter your name. Enter the website we're going to be hosting, the JivoChat app. Whatever you enter here does not limit the app to only work on that site. You can have unlimited. Let's enter our phone number. I have had a demo account for quite a while, and I have not received a phone call. So likely this is only for customer support. If you reach out to them and they need to call you, they have your phone number handy. Like I said, I haven't been called by them. Click on next. Now we can choose to install the applications for Windows, Mac, Android, iPhone. You can install these later. You can have them on all these services. If you have multiple agents using the JivoChat app to help you manage your customers, it's great to have all these options. I'm going to click on install JivoChat later because we're just going to use the web app for this video, but we do have to install a script on our website. You can copy and paste this and put it before the closing head tag of your website, or if you're using one of these services, you can click on the one you're using, and it gives you instructions on how to install it on there. For WordPress, all we have to do, go to plugins, add new, look up JivoChat, install it, add our email, password, and agent name, and we are connected. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's log into our demo site. Let's go to the admin. Then let's go to plugins and add new. Look up JivoChat. This is the one I want right up here. Lots of installs, lots of great reviews, 5 out of 5 stars, compatible with the current version of WordPress or the version that we're using here. Click on Install Now to install it. Click on Activate. A new menu option appears. Click on that. Here we enter the info that we used to just create our account. So I'm going to enter it here. Email. Password is still my clipboard. My name is the agent. I'm going to use Bjorn. Click on Install JivoChat now. Boom. Installed. Now I'm going to click on Open Web Version of the app. Signing in on this account. And it shows we have no messages. This is our inbox. This is where emails will appear once our email account is integrated. Here we have the dialogues, which is the conversations from your chat on websites and social networks. And here's an archive, which shows a list of all the conversations you've had, or a database of all the conversations you've had in the past that are archived for future reference. We have the telephone option. We can set up the telephone for free, but we do have to pay an amount per minute, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Let's click on this X right here. Here we have our team. Currently it's just me and I'm online. Agents can be online or offline by toggling the switch down at the bottom. There are settings you can have on your chat app that will show you either an offline message when there's no agents online, or it'll just make it disappear. So there's a lot of settings we'll go through in a little bit. You can add a new agent by clicking on Add New Agent in the top right. Let's make sure we're zoomed in. We are. Add a new agent right here. Under the agent settings, one of the most important things you want to do is add a thumbnail. Let's upload a photo. Let's use this one and let's shrink this down. Get my mug inside this frame here. That's pretty good. Click on Save. And now within a moment, there's our photo right there. That's the only thing we're going to change here. That's the only thing I'll change for now. But there are a lot of other things you can change. If you scroll down, you can read all these descriptions. They're very descriptive. So you shouldn't have any problem figuring out what each of these options are. I know you can read, so I'll let you read through them. Click on that X. We have our nice thumbnail there. So we're ready to get this chat on our website. Well, actually, it is already there. If we go to our site, because we installed it already, go to Visit Site. This is how fast it goes. Bottom right, here's our chat app, already online, ready to go. Click on it. Let's type, "Hey there. Anybody home?" Send it. So now we sent this message. We have this pop-up saying, "Please introduce yourself with your name, your phone number, and your email." We can change these things. I'll show you where in a minute. I'm just going to enter my name because that's a nice thing to have. Phone number is not required. Email is required. So I'm just going to add my email. Click on Send. It says thank you. And if we as the chat agents don't reply quickly enough, there's going to be a message that pops up. Just in a few more seconds, it's going to say, oh, here it is, "Please wait. All agents are busy. We'll get back to you when we can." Because you want to reply to chats as fast as possible, or at least let the visitor know something is happening. This lets them know that we know they're there and we'll be there soon. So hang tight. In the JivoChat app, we have a little number pop up, which shows we have one conversation that needs to be addressed. Click on there. In our inbox, we have our conversation right here. So as I said earlier, the inbox is where the conversations start. So nobody's actually been assigned to this conversation yet. Nobody has accepted it. So it's in the inbox. Once someone accepts it, it goes into their conversations tab or their dialogues tab, which is right here. So I'm going to click on Accept Chat. And it's moved down into our dialogue. We don't have to click on there to move down. We're still here in the chat. But as far as the backend mechanics go, it's moved from the inbox into our conversations. I'm going to reply with, "Yes, I'm here." Go back to the website. We have our new message there. Pretty straightforward. We have a lot of options on this chat page to manage our chats. Set reminders is an important one. If you said you were going to get back to that person, you can set a reminder to get back to them. You can transfer the chat to another agent with a few clicks. So you can invite agents to this chat so you have multiple agents on the same chat. Report spam. Add more information about you right here. And here's information about the visitor on the website. Down here we have the pretty common chat options. We can upload a file, add emojis, add quick phrases, which is quick responses, and use the translator. An option that's not so common is using the pointer. If we have HTTPS on our site, or if we're using the apps on the desktop, we can click on this icon and then your website will pop up where the chatter is. So the chatter is currently on this page, and you can use a pointer that they can see on their end. and you'll be able to see, or they'll be able to see where you're pointing. So if they're looking for something on a specific page, they don't know how to use the order form or whatever it may be, you can actually show them using a pointer with this option here. That's pretty awesome. Once you're done with your chat, click on Leave Chat. I'm going to click on Completed, and it moves into our archives. And here's the information about our chat right here. And this is going to be a huge list of chats and message interactions and social media interactions. Once you've used this app for a while, you can refer back to any of them to see information about that chat. And in a nutshell, that's how JivoChat works. There's the telephone option as well. We're not going to go into too much detail on using the telephone, but if you click on here, it walks you through how to use it, what it's all about, all the information regarding it. We're not actually going to try that option here, but for all of the web-based interaction options, that's basically how it works. Messages come into the inbox, you as the agent accepts the message, so it goes into the dialogues or the conversations. When the message or when the conversation is done, it goes into the archives. That's the workflow. Pretty straightforward, but that's really all you need. That's really all the conversations are online. If you want to change the settings, which I'm sure you do, click on Manage down below here. So we currently have two channels. This first one we added when we signed up. The second one we added by installing a plugin. Another way to add channels is by clicking Add Channels. You can go through these options to set up those channels and integrate what you need to integrate. You can also add agents by filling out this form here, and super straightforward. Our channels is where we set the settings for each channel. We'll do that in just a minute. Let's click on the Settings tab. Integrations are very important because it helps you run your business more efficiently. These are all the out-of-the-box integrations you have available to you. There are quite a few. Hopefully you see some names that you use in here so you can make your business more efficient using JivoChat. Calls credit. This goes back to our phone options. I'll show you the pricing in just a minute for that. Customer service. This is where we change the status options. When I chose Leave Chat, these popped up. The completed, not our client, contact later. And the contact later has a set reminder checkbox checked. And if we hover over this question mark, it shows you'll be reminded in 7 days to contact that person. We can click on Create Status to create a new one. Give it a color, give it a name, so you can create these statuses as needed for your business. It allows your agents to have a more smooth workflow because they can tag different conversations at different status levels so they know at a glance what each one is. If we click on Statistics, it will show us statistics about the work on our site. So here we have 0 chats missed, green. They're happy about that, that's good. Average first reply time, 147 seconds it took me to reply. And they're mad, it's in red. This should be 15 seconds or less. That's hard to do, but it's important because that's the attention span these days. You need to reply really quickly when people reach out, especially on chat, because when there's a chat option, they expect someone to be sitting there waiting for their chats. That makes sense, right? So if you don't reply quickly enough, they're just going to bounce and go somewhere else. Proactive invitations. This is the Pro option that we currently have for 14 days in this trial. But if you have the Pro account, you have the ability to add proactive invitations, which just pop up. You can set triggers based on the page they're on, how long they've been on a page, how many pages they visited, all kinds of other things. And the proactive chat will just pop up and say, hey, can I help you? And you can fine tune those based on the trigger criteria. So you can personalize them. Here's the ratings. We currently have 0 to 0. If we have this setting turned on, after the 5th chat message, the person who's chatting with you can rate the chat to say whether it's good or bad. Successful callbacks is for phones. Successful incoming calls is also for phones. A lot of stats to go through. If you like stats, this is a great place to get your stat information. There's a whole bunch more stat options here. Click through those if you like stats. Overall app settings, we set those here. More importantly is our channel settings, or are our channel settings. Let's go to our channels, click on settings here. Here is where we define or set the chat widget on our website, the one that we see right here. We edit it using this information that we have in here. All these options are very well described. I know you can read, so I'm not going to read them for you. I'm just going to point out the more interesting and more unique ones. This one right here, typing insight. You can see what the visitor is typing before they hit enter, which allows you to reply faster. That's a pretty cool feature. Here's the service quality rating feature where they can tell you if the chat was good or bad. This appears after the 5th message. You can turn that on or off. If you don't want people using anonymous proxies when they're on the chat, you can turn this on, and that will reject messages from anonymous proxies. often used by spammers or people who are just very concerned about their privacy. So turning this off may actually reject legitimate chats, but that's less likely than rejecting spammers. It's probably mostly spammers that do that. Our notifications, these are the notifications that you as the agent receive. You can set what type of notifications you want to receive using these options here. Installation, we see our script again. We can install it on other places or get instructions for installing other places by clicking on these buttons here. Design, we'll get to in just a minute. Omnichannel settings, this is the ability for people to reach you from various channels. So when they're on your site at this moment, they're not on Facebook at that moment. They can't be on two at the same time. They could be logged into both, but they have to be focused on one thing at one time. So when they're on your site, you can give them the option to communicate with you using their preferred method. So right now we just have chat enabled. So when we come out here, somebody shows up, chat with us, we're online, appears in the bottom right. If they click on it or they hover over this information here, all they see is the chat. If we come back over here, if we connect any of these, you're going to see more options as shown up here. On mobile phones, it'll look like this. On desktop, it'll look like this. And just to show you a live preview of that, let's connect Facebook Messenger. Show you how easy it is to connect Messenger. Click on Connect Now. Click on Add Facebook Messenger. I'm already logged into Facebook, so it's auto detecting that. I'm going to choose the page I want to add. Click on Connect. And we're done. Super simple. Facebook Messenger currently disabled. I want to change this to WP Learning Lab, which is the page we want. It's saved. Awesome. If I come back out here, let's close this and refresh this page. Now when I hover over the chat app in the bottom, we see Facebook Messenger pop up as an option. Let's click on that. Let's send us a message through there. I have a Facebook Messenger chatbot enabled, so I have to click on Get Started to actually get a message bar here. And I will type in here just something simple. Hi. JivoChat now has a notification saying we got a new message, and that'll be the Facebook message. And it's going to work the same way as the chat we did earlier. So we'll see that after we go through the rest of these settings. That's how easy it is to connect different platforms and have people contact you all through JivoChat, making things really streamlined and efficient. The triggers, this is for the proactive messages that appear that I told you about earlier. These three options here are created by default. You can click on Edit to edit any of them. Click on this widget, this toggle, to turn them off. We can add a new action by clicking Add Action. Here we can type in, for example, let's just call it Demo Trigger, because we just want to see what types of things we can filter based on. So we have these conditions that we can set down here. Let's click on X to clear them all out. And let's add a condition. If we click on this drop down, it shows us all the available triggers that we have. Agent presence, visitor's location, visitor's country, hour of the day of the week, title of the current page URL. I know you can read. I'm not going to read through all of these. But the point is you can trigger these pop-ups, these chat pops up based on a whole lot of things. I think the most valuable one, in my opinion, is the current page URL. If they are on a sales page or a product page or a checkout page, you can have messages that focus on that. If they're on a cart page and they've been there for 10 minutes, you can pop up a chat and say, hey, are you having trouble? Can I help you with that? So you want to have the cart page, let's just say cart, it's a fictitious page for this website. And let's say time on page greater than 10 minutes, or sorry, that's 10 seconds. Greater than 600 seconds, which is 10 minutes. And then a chat will pop up, and the message that it will say is what we define down below here. We want to choose send a message to the visitor on behalf of an agent. And I want to say in here, hi, can I help you with your order? And this only appears if they're on the cart page and if they've been there for more than 600 seconds. Pretty super. I'm sure there's a lot of different ways you can think of using this kind of triggering. And the fact that you can make it so granular is awesome, but you have to be careful to not have multiple triggers appear on multiple pages. So if you have a trigger appear on all of your pages, and then you have different triggers for, say, certain categories on your site, and then different triggers for sales pages and cart pages, and if there's overlap, people might be seeing a lot of different chat pop-ups, which can get pretty annoying. So you have to be careful to try to just have one chat pop-up per page, in my opinion. I'm going to click on Save to save that, because that's an awesome one. Next, let's go to Callback. This is where we see the pricing for phone calls. We have a $1 demo, which actually goes a long way because the prices, as you can see, are quite reasonable. 1 cent per minute. So you can do 100 minutes of testing with just the $1 demo balance. That should be enough to test it to make sure it works and works how you expect it. This call rates document has call rates for a lot of places in the world, maybe all the places in the world. So go through this document just to ballpark your costs, and you don't always know where you're going to call to, but just so you have an idea and you can kind of estimate what this cost would be, because it is additional to the JivoChat subscription. This is not included. So this 1 cent per minute, you pay that above and beyond, or whatever the cost is per minute to the place you're calling. Under departments, we can add more departments. Let's say you have a customer service department and a tech department. You can add them in here. Click on this toggle to turn it on. Click on add department. Let's just call this the tech department. Let's add me in there. Click on save. Boom. Now I'm in the tech department. Click on the gear to see who's in there. If you want to add other agents, your whole agent list would be right here. You can check the boxes beside their names to define who goes in which department. And then you can easily have chats go into different departments based on the customer needs. The contact forms, this is what appeared during the chat that we saw at the very beginning. This is the form information down below, name, email, phone. You can make them mandatory, not mandatory. You can turn them off or on depending on which information you want to collect. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that in the chat box, but you may have a different experience. So you can have that there if you want to, or you can have it before a chat. So you have to enter those before they can start the chat. You can disable them completely, or you can ask for this information through social networks. Choose the option that works best for you. Under regions, we can set different chat widgets for different regions. Let's turn this on and let's add a region. I'm going to choose Canada and then click on save. Oh, region name. Let's call the region name Canada. Let's add one more region. Let's say Germany, which is where I was born, and they happen to speak a different language there. Let's give it a name too. So now we have 2 regions, and we can assign different chat widgets in different languages and different agents to different regions. So you can have a very diversified and personalized agent setup based on these regions. There's more information about that here. We're going to look at the channels section or channels page in just a minute, where you can now define which agents go where. Personal data processing notifications. This page here is important for GDPR. It says here we highly recommend consulting a professional lawyer for recommendations on what to do, but you can turn on this widget here and you can give information about how you're going to use the data that you're collecting. For example, the name and email and phone number that we were asked for at the beginning of the chat, we can explain what that's going to be used for. Integration settings for developers. This is all the information you need to connect your own app to JivoChat or vice versa. So check out this page if you're into that kind of thing. You click on the X because that's all the options. And now on this channel page, we see we have multiple JivoChat settings or areas. One for Canada, one for Germany, which we created. The rest of the world will be under default. And it uses IP addresses to determine who is where. And all the settings under these channels are the same as the settings we just went through. So you can completely customize everything for every single region, which is pretty awesome. One important thing we did not look at was design. Let's go to settings. Let's go to design. And here we can change the look of our chat app. The default look looking like this, which is a preview right here. You can change the colors. Let's use this one. You can change the visitor message color. You can change the callback color, which is the phone, if you have phone enabled. Change the font color to dark because our color is a little light. You can change the header pattern. I'm going to make mine wood grain. You can't change the position. Lower right corner is probably the best spot anyway. You can change the font. You can change the text that we see. Chat with us when you're online, which is what you see right here. When you're offline, you can say send us a message or whatever it is you type in this field here. So you can change these messages as you see fit. The mobile version, we can choose it to appear left or right on mobile. We can also choose a custom color or just use the desktop color. We click on save here and then refresh out here. We will see this chat app changing in appearance. And there we have it. There's our new chat app. By default, this is the information you see when all agents are offline. Why am I currently offline even though I'm online? I'm online, as you can see right here, this little green dot. It's because this chat widget is for Canada, the Canadian region, and there currently are no agents. If I assign myself to here, let's put me into Canada. Now I'm in the Canada region, refresh, and now it should show us as online, and it does. The screen quarter circle here shows us as online, and we can now chat. So that's pretty awesome, being able to set regions and having agents assign to different regions and having the whole system manage that for you is pretty darn awesome. Last thing I want to show you is the team tab, which we haven't looked at yet. This would show all the agents on your team and some data about them right here at a glance. Here we can see visitors on our site currently. Currently, I'm on the site. On site for 3 minutes, that's not quite accurate. Been on there a little bit longer, but it shows data about this session based on my IP. Even beyond the proactive chat triggers, we can have agents who are not chatting with anybody currently come in here and just proactively say, hey, can I help you? Manually using this option here. So that's JivoChat in a nutshell. I really highly recommend you check it out because engaging with your audience is really important if you're running a business online. It does take work. And that's why JivoChat allows you to have up to 30 agents in the free plan, which is quite a few agents. You should be able to manage a lot of customers using that many agents. And again, to get to the pricing page, to check out the pricing and check out JivoChat, go to JivoChat.com. There's a link in the description down below. Pricing page is under pricing, obviously. And you can compare the pro to the free. I think the free is awesome. The free gives you so many features that most small businesses can afford the free plan. And then as their business grows and their website grows and their online channels grow, they may want to upgrade to the pro version to get the cooler features like the proactive chat that popped up right here. Studies show up to 60% of chat messages come in after proactive chats are initiated. So when this pops up, users are more likely, 60% more likely to message you when they see this popping up right here. And the bottom line is the more people that message you, the more people you're going to get into your business. So head to JivoChat, create a free account, put it on your site, and see if you'd benefit from having it running on your site. So that's how JivoChat works. It's a great little tool. I encourage you to check it out if you think it can help you with your business. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. And next up is watching this video up here, which helps you make your website even faster. A faster website leads to more people on your site and more conversations using apps like JivoChat. So check out this video up here, and this video down here is the one that YouTube thinks you should watch. My name is Bjorn Allpass from WP Learning Lab. Until next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.